So I'm going to be speaking in the next 350 seconds about as general and broader term as friendship in relation to as an abstruse and often misunderstood book as the Quran. And what led me to this research was something I read on Wiki Islam, which said friendship with non-Muslims is strictly forbidden in the Quran. I was aghast at this, so I decided to do some research. Little did I realize this was part of, according to the University of Berkeley, $206 million of spending between 2008 and 2013 to promote prejudice against hatred of Muslims by 33 groups in the United States. So Wiki Islam is actually an anti-Islam website. And also, I was interested in loneliness because, according to a government report last month, it is one of the greatest health challenges of our times. It is as bad for our health as obesity and smoking. And according to University of Chicago social neuroscientist John Cacioppo, he says it has social isolation is as real as thirst, hunger, or pain. So I'm looking at polysemy, which is basically multiple meanings of one word. And of course, here it is friendship. And this goes back to Aristotle and his various definitions of friendship, three main definitions of friendship: friendship based on utility, friendship based on affinity, and virtuous friendship. And of course, this is mentioned in dozens of verses of the Quran, and according to 11 different words. And so what do you get with all of this data? Well, I ask you the following question about friendship. Would you consider the following person to be a friend? So with the following qualities. And there's various things there that you might consider to be identifiers of a friendship, maybe even a good friendship. And the interesting thing about this is that on the next page you'll see the name of various scholars. Maybe I'm not holding it properly. So Kawthari is the one who has all of these adjectives. You should be kind, you should help out, you should give charity to your friends who are maybe in need of that. And yet he is a modern scholar who says friendship with non-Muslims is close friendship is not really allowed. Despite what he's saying, the way in which you behave with non-Muslims, by all intents and definitions nowadays, would be considered a friendship. Again, Amasi, somebody from 16th century, is saying that friendship is not allowed, but you can invite, for example, a Jew to your home for a meal, but not a cardinal Muslim sinner or a Zoroastrian. So there's all of these various views which need to be deciphered. And then he says, but the correct position is you can invite any of them to your house for a meal. And then you have Nablusi, who I'm actually focusing on, and he says he has a very famous friendship with Athanasius the Bas, who is the patriarch of Antioch, modern-day Aleppo, and he gets on very well with also various Christian monks in Bethlehem. And Prince Ghazi, who was the initiator of the Common Word Initiative, also is very for friendship with non-Muslims, between Muslims and non-Muslims. And Abul Kalam Azad was part of the independence movement in India, and he said that you could have friendships with Hindus, but not with the British, and that they must see. So you have a whole variety of friendship, sometimes quite oxymoronic. And it relates to basically the following verse of the Quran, following two verses. This is the crux of the argument, and so God does not forbid you to deal kindly and justly with anyone who has not fought you for your faith or driven you out of your homes. God loves the just, and the just is not just merely said to be just. It's actually somebody who it's more than that, because justice is a required paramount behavior for a Muslim. So this is what the commentators are saying, and so this really bears out in the commentary. And so it's seemingly simple but yet complex topic, which is reflected in a lot of commentaries, and I think it's very important that we look at the debate from a wide variety of perspectives.